Hey folks, welcome to our channel.
Family friendly bushcraft!
If you want to see different content, put it in the comments below. Click that like button, hit subscribe and ring that bell for notifications.
An in-depth review of the Haku Machete. The Haku Machete that we reviewed in a very brief way in a previous video. So the tree dropped on the property, so we're going to go and try and sort some of the brash out with that. Film a little bit if we go along the way, and we'll see what we come up with, see how it holds up to the job. It may not be a long job today because it is snowing, so we'll see what the weather does as well. So this brash, we're chopping off the bigger wood now. This will all go through the chipper. It'll be used as a mulch. The larger stuff will be stacked out the wet to season. Maybe next year's burn. Okay, we've made a bit of a dent in the brash and separating out some of the bigger wood for burning and curing. A couple of safety tips using longer bladed and chopping tools. Always be aware where that cutting edge is, okay? Keep it away from yourself, you'll see during the video. There's a couple of times I've been making shorter chops, shorter cuts, even if it means I've got to make more cuts, just for the sake of keeping the hand behind the blade and working away from yourself. Always be aware of where other people are. Remember, this thing is extending your reach by 10-12 inches, which is quite a significant amount when other people are wandering about. And don't forget the possibility of losing your grip. As good and rubberised as this handle is, you lose your grip and that goes flying. You've got quite a dangerous missile there. Between uses, always do put it away. Keep the blade sheathed or in the workpiece where you're very well aware of where it is and it's very obvious. And of course, anybody working with you should be aware of where the tool is as well. When cutting some of the thicker stuff, you'll notice from the video I'm always cutting away and down, not towards, sometimes between, and again always away, because you never know when you're going to get that glancing blow. Keep a good honed edge on it. It's less likely to happen, but it does happen. Okay, it's now a week after the snow was falling, so we're just going to have a bit of a chop test. Light's fading already today. Now we're going to do a bit of a test of chopping on a bit of wood that we wouldn't normally use this particular piece of kit for, just to see how it is at the heavier end. There's the branch end we've been practicing the chopping on, and for scale there's my hand. So it's gone through that without a problem. This blade straight out of the box as it came, it's not been sharpened, not been honed. Chopping through this brash is very little sign of wear on that, just a bit of muck, bit of dirt. And it's doing the job it was bought for, and then a bit besides, so I can't complain with that for a cheap one. There we go, it's that Haku Machete. Not the dearest steel in the world, but doing a fair old job. We'll see how it holds up to a bit more. Okay, so far processed in this short test. Got a pile of burning wood there. The brash that we've been cutting away. And as we continue to pan round, all of this is going to be processed as part of testing this piece of kit. And there's the stump that it's been cut down from, so we shall see what we shall see by the time we're finished cutting and chopping. Okay, we're roughly a third of the way through sorting out this pile of brash now. If I raise the camera, you can see the brash pile behind me, the larger burning wood behind that. We'll process down with the chainsaw later on. I'm not going to mess about hacking and slashing at that with a little machete like this. The machete itself's holding up really well. It's got one little dink on the edge at the moment where it's hit a particularly hard knot. I assume it's not hit anything else. There's not been any nails or wire or residual rubbish left in the wood that I've found so far. There's been some quite hard dead rosewood in amongst all this brash that's climbed up through the tree before it was felled, and it's gone through that quite well as well. So we're going to finish the rest of that when we've got more daylight. I don't know how well the camera's compensating for the loss of light at the moment, but yeah, it's getting a bit tricky underfoot, and I don't really want to take any extra risks hacking and slashing in the dark. So I'm going to put the gear away now, have a well-earned brew, and I'll do a short follow-up video. It'll only be a couple of minutes long, just to see how well the blade's held up, what we've got left to do, and what maintenance it needs to get it back to new state. Alright, see you in the next video. All the best for now.